Say Rakate Yahweh, Rakate Shai, Rakate Yahweh, Rakate Shai, Rakate Yahweh, Rakate Shai. First and foremost, we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at a great millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akiums, and the folk on the earth to pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. This evening I do listen on two articles I pull up, dealing with the microchip, and showing that different things that they um that they're gonna do with the microchip, right? One day scientists said scientists using RFID microchip to track biological samples, right? Biological samples, you understand? So you could use this chip for buy, sell, basically the microchip gonna be what the new monetary system, right? And Yahweh Hashem Yahweh give you straight commandment about the mark of the beast, right? Which is the mark of this devil, right? You understand? The Heavenly Father give you straight commandment about that mark. So they're gonna bring it over in a way that gonna deceive the masses of the people, right? That's what they're gonna do with this chip to deceive the masses of the people with this microchip, right? So let's go into this article. Radio frequency identification RFID chip are used today for everything. You understand? So it's using for everything. So they're gonna use this chip for everything. It's going into the blockchain technology, right? It's from paying. It's from paying for public transit to tracking livestock to shopping to stopping shoplifter, right? But now research in the US and Japan want to use them for something else, keeping track of organized, right, samples of human tissue that mimic the mimic piece of organs and are growth from stem cell. You understand? So this where they're gonna use this to kind of say, you know, this microchip be used for everything. You understand? It's gonna be using for everything, right? It said the organized, the researcher embedded with the uh, with the with the RFID chip function um normally and withstood extreme condition. It's suggestion that they could be a useful way to organize and identify a large quantity of organize that are often needed to experimental situation. The work appear He said the work appear May 31st in the journal of Science. You understand? So they can using this to track to do right biological um track biological samples. You understand? This we're gonna use in the chip for two. Right? So this microchip gonna be used for everything. Right? Everything they're gonna be using this microchip for. You understand? Let me pull up this next one here. Right? These tiny ultra low power chip are helping scientists to understand your mind. You understand? So the scripture said this man seated in his seat as God, thinking that he is God, right? And this the so-called white man feel he's God. So right now you want to understand your mind. You want to control your mind, right? You understand? He satisfied that he got the mass of the people in darkness. The mass of the people in this world in total darkness. So he's satisfied. So now he come with a chip now to chip everybody. So you got him as a full robot, right? So this is what they're coming with now, right? It's, you do not need to be a researcher, a scientist, a research scientist to know that the human brain is a sensitive organ. Each square millimeter of the brain contains 10 of 1,000 of neurons, the electronic um, wiring that communicate a message around the brain. You understand? So what they're looking to do now is bring out a chip, right? They said the scripture said they have it in their hand and in their forehead. So they come with a chip for your brain, which is the RFID microchip, right? He said while measuring the electronical activity of those neurons with external probe or implant can give researcher and medical professional an insight into the brain functioning. Introducing external hardware to the brain is not without risk, right? Um, he said brain implant need to be as small as possible to reduce the chance that they could disrupt the brain function. But thanks to the destiny of the tiny package neurons, any chip used to um, monitor a human brain must be capable of obtaining and proceeding huge amount of information. It's a tiny low power high. It's a the tiny low power high throughput chip that can sit comfortably on the human brain. Not exactly the easiest hardware to build, but chip that can do all these things is vital to future researcher to the future research into brain and central nervous system disorder, right? Um, say he said he said by making a chip that can gather information about the working of the brain, he said without disturbing or harming the sensitive structure within. Researcher at the Purdue University in Indiana are hoping to create a tool that can provide better support to people with the new neurological disorder. You understand? So, like the scripture saying, he sit in the seat as God and not think that he's God, right? This is the work of the so-called white man, who's the devil, right? You understand? This is the work. This is the work of the devil, right? You understand? So they come to put a chip in your brains too, right? This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, right? And the mark, go back to the Greek word, which is karagma, right? Which means to stick or prick, right? So to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, right? And this will going into the tiny microchip, right? Understand this will going into it, right? Um, he said the researcher have created a tiny chip that pick up signal from the brain. Salakia, or the nervous system, and send them wireless outside the body for analysis without the need for a battery, according to the university. Right? So the devil have this technology because this is prophecy, right? Because it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark, in their right hand or in their forehead, you know. So this is prophecy. This is future prophecy. This is what will happen, right? We saw this microchip technology is growing rapidly, right? People in Sweden, Australia, certain part of Europe, they already take the microchip. The company Three Square, the company in America, they employ, they take the microchip, so this technology growing rapidly, right? You understand? It's creating the chip was the work of creating creating the chip was the work of 3 years, right? Muhammad, right? This is Maukre, the chip, right? Saeed Muhammad, an associate professor in the Purdue Science, Salakia, the Purdue School of Electronic and Computer Engineering Department, told ZDNet. The idea was, he said, the idea was, can can we make can we make this as small as possible? So we look at what are the possible way to make the system small. So these is men, sit down and devise wicked device. You understand? So they can control the mass of the people. So this is wicked device, right? You understand? It shouldn't have a battery. It shouldn't have any external component. It should just be a small chip, and everything should be on a small chip. So we work hard to integrate the antenna on it. So we work hard to replace the battery with wireless power, he said. You understand? So these is the works of you know the works of the devil. You understand? And this is what they're working hard to do. It's to chip the mass of the people, put them in to have control over them, with the microchip. They're gonna deceive the majority of the people. Are gonna be deceived. You understand? You can deceive the majority of the people, right? Proverbs, no, it's like Psalms 10:2. Right? This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. He said, the wicked in his pride do prosecute the poor. Let them be taken in the device that they imagine. You understand? So they're gonna be taken in their own device. And the kind of device is to destroy you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, the wicked deity so-called white man. Malachi 1:4, right? This is Psalms 10:2. It said, the wicked in his pride do prosecute the poor. Let them be taken in a device that they have imagined, right? You understand? So they're gonna be taken. He said, for the wicked boast of his heart desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord forbid. You understand? He said, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. You understand? So this is the wicked and the devices. You understand? You understand? Right? So we go back to this article, right? So this is what the thinking about. He said in order to keep the chip as small as possible, it is now in the region of the 1 mm by 0.5 mm. the researcher took to redesigning its antenna in a spiral pattern, and it's a decision that allowed them to keep the antenna as long as possible while still sparkling the value of space needed to contain it, right? Um, so usually antenna are large, especially as this is a low frequency, right? One at the one gigahertz, right? 1 gigahertz, and when the and when you calculate the size of the antenna, it should be several centimeter. Part of it was spiral around itself to make it small, while the main part, which is responsible for detecting the majority of the signal, is straight. Is straight. By doing this, by doing this trick, we were able to make the antenna small and still very efficient. Mohammed said, right? He said, currently, um, the Purdue prototype chip, a four channel, a small fraction of what would be needed for a com- um, commercial neural B, but enough to prove the system could be used. He said, we have to add a lot more neural site to be able to take out many more neural signal. It's right now the chip only have four or have four, or then, but we need a lot more. People use Probe that have 664 or 128 channel to look at different sites. We are working on expanding the number. He said we are hoping to be able to add more of these neural site, and that make the device a little bit larger. Mohammed said, explaining that explaining the chip, so like you're expanding the chip to 64 channels should take another year, he added. You understand? So, you know, this is the devices of the wicked. You understand? This is the device of the wicked, and the most I can bring the device to or not, right? The most I can bring the device to not, right? This is Psalms 1, Psalms 140 verse 8. He said, grant not, O Lord Yahweh, the desire of the wicked, pardon not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Selah. You understand? Yeah. So the most high can destroy you and your wicked device. You understand? You understand? Read this again. This is Psalms 140 verse 8. Grant not, O Lord Yahweh, the desire of the wicked. So his desire is like his desire to get this chip up to 64 channel, and he said by next year. He said no, Salak. He said it should take another year, right, to get this complete to 64 channel, so they could embed this chip into your brains, so they could read, your mind or understand your mind, right? There's the plan, there's the plan. So Psalms 140 verse 8. Grant not, O Lord Yahweh, the desire of the wicked, further not his wicked devices, lest they exalt themselves, and are already exalting themselves, thinking they are God, right? So-called white man think he's God, right? As for the head of those that come to pass me. Let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Yeah, the mischief of their own lips cover them. You understand? So this is gonna happen to you, these devil, right? This is gonna happen to these devil. You understand? This is exactly what happened to these devil, right? Hey, GM Trinidad, hey, Yashua, hey, Shalom, Akia, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rakakadash, right? Brakatam, right? So this one happened to these devil, right? Um, right? He said the researcher will also be working on the other improvements, such as boosting the speed of the interface circuit that digests the signal from the neural site without significantly increasing the chip overall power requirement. At the same time, he says similarity as the number of neural site the chip can read growth He said the Purdue researcher are planning to increase the speed of wireless communication between the chip and the external computer that receive the data. So it's going into the blockchain technology. All you're gonna be hooked up to a big this blockchain technology. So they're gonna be controlling you through what the chip. When you take the chip, that's why the most I give straight commandment: do not take that the microchip. You understand? So they want to use this to right. They want to use this to understand the mind, right? They said the tiny, ultra low power chip are helping scientists to understand your mind. So they want to understand your mind. So this devil think he's God, right? You understand? You understand? This is what this devil think, right? We get precept. This how this devil is think, right? Um, I think it's Ezekiel 28. Right? This is how this devil is think. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse verse 2. He says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, it's referring to you devils today, right? Thus said the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God. You understand? Because the most high control all spirit, right? And the most high, wherever the most high want the spirit to do, the spirit do. Right? I was watching a movie, I can't remember the name of the movie, but Esau called him microchip his spirit, right? That's what Esau called him microchip his spirit. So when you take the microchip, basically you acknowledge that Esau is a God because he put his spirit in you, which is the microchip. So he could control you with the microchip, right? I can't remember the name of the movie, but this we say the chip microchip is his spirit. You understand? Right? He said, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the sea. Yet thou art a man and not God. He said, though thou though thou set thy heart as the heart of God. You understand? So the most I say, hey, use a man. You understand? Use a man, right? So these devil feel in the warp mind that they are God, right? The most I give you everything that you have. You understand? The most I give the earth into your hand, the most I give you the technology, is that the most I gonna be justified to destroy you. You understand? Most I gonna destroy you. Right? He said those aren't the only balancing act of the team. Balancing act the team will need to put off before their brain reading implant can be used on human. He said one of the difficulties of making electronic, right, that can interfere with brain in accommodating the movement of the organ, like most beyond structure in the body. The brain isn't static; it is pulsate. So any electronic that touch must have a degree of flexibility to move alongside. Right? He said if this does not move with the brain movement, could injure the neurons over time. People who have used people who have used these have noticed signal loss. If your electrode can move with the brain tissue, you will have less injury and a better chance of getting a signal over a long time, Mohammed said. So they're gonna use this, this microchip, you know, and do great wonders with it. And people gonna see this thing and they're gonna be deceived, but be destroyed. When you take this chip from this devil, you understand? You're gonna be destroyed, right? So this devil is one. This devil he's satisfied. You know, he have everything in his hand. Now you want to he, now you want to yeah. You want a chip. You want a chip so you can have have control, over the masses of the people, you know. But there's a wicked device, right? This device is a wicked device. You understand? Um, right? That's a wicked device. And this is Proverbs. Proverbs. Yeah, man. Shalom. Akim Yah Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash Brakatam. Shalom Bashem Shai Bashem Rakakadash. Uh, this is Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 3. Say, a good man obtained favor of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but a man of a wicked device will be condemned. Yes, a man with a wicked device is going to be condemned. You understand? You devil is going to be condemned, right? Man of a wicked device. And the microchip is a wicked device, right? You understand? The microchip is a wicked device, right? What condemn is Rasha, right? You understand? Um, you understand? To be wicked, act wickedly. You understand? To be wicked, to act wickedly, to be guilty, to be condemned. You understand? To be guilty. You understand? All right. So this is when I'm to these devil. All right. Proverbs 14 and 17. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 17. He said, he that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of a wicked device is hated. Yeah, the most I hate you, devil. Right? Your device is wicked devices. You understand? This is wicked device, right? To implant microchip into these people's brains. You understand? You know, this is wicked device. said while I read this one already. No, he said while the Purdue researcher have a typical use the chip for only minutes at a time, they have designed it to be flexible enough and low power enough that it could potentially stay in the body for a long period and ultimately see a large generation of the chip used in the long term monitoring of brain health. You understand? So they feel that they are gods. You understand? So this is the wicked device that they coming with. So they're gonna chip the people with these things, and people all up out in this world. They jacked up. All kind of sickness, all kind of disease. And they're gonna want to be healed, so they're gonna take these chips. They believe in the so-called doctors, they believe in the pharmaceutical pills. You know, because when they take those pills, they get numb and they don't feel the pain again until the numbness wear off. You know. So when Esau bring out this chip and show what this chip could do, they're gonna be deceived. They're gonna take these chip because they wanna get healed. You understand? But the only way you could be healed is coming to the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to heal you. Yahweh Shai is the true physician. He who's going to make you whole. You understand? But our people going to be deceived by and take this chip because he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. You understand? Right? He said the key chip as its organ in hardware intent to monitor soil conditions such as temperature and humidity. Yeah, according to Muhammad, the idea was to have a piece of dust that could, if you put it inside the soil, detect the nutrient or the nutrient level or the nutrition of the soil. He said, and monitor the growth condition of the plant. This would be useful for agriculture. He said, we had some work in the area, and it was not too hard to attach the neutral sensor to this device. He said to accidentally the same thing. You understand? So this is what about to become mandatory in this society. You understand? This is the wicked devices that will coming with. It's chip you people, and have full control over your mind. Full control over you. Right? He said to do essentially the same thing. You understand? So these are the wicked devices. These people come with. He said in the shorter term, the chip is likely to be used in monitoring. Right? He said neurodegenerative disease such as Parkinson or ALS in animal. It's a model. It's a model to help better understand the condition. So a lot of people got Parkinson. I think Parkinson is when you be shaking. Like the shaking, like what Muhammad Ali had, right? The kind of there's a status and the shaking, right? You understand? So this where this chip gonna be. They're gonna use this chip to fix those things. And they're gonna be deceived. You understand? When you take the chip, you're gonna be deceived, right? You're gonna be deceived when you take that chip, right? Isaiah 32. Right? It's Isaiah 32:7. He said, the instrument also of the churl are evil. So this is an evil device. The chip, right? There's an evil device, right? Right? He said he devised wicked device to destroy the poor with lying words. So he destroyed the poor with lying words. You understand? Because the Most High said, do not take the chip. So he destroyed the poor with lying words. Right? Right? He said, Isaiah 32:7, he said, the instrument also of the churl, which go back to the so-called white man, right? He said, are evil, right? He said a he devised a wicked device to destroy the poor. Who's the poor? You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native American Indian, with lying words. Even when the needy speak right, the needy is the men that how Bashim Yashay set up. You understand? They speaking right? You understand? So he devised wicked device to destroy our people, right? You understand? This is one of his wicked device. You understand? This is one of his wicked device, right? He said, in a more distant future, however, the chip could help repair nerve injury by acting as a bridge between two parts of a nerve that have become served. If someone have a nerve injury, you could put two of these devices on each and reconnect them with the wireless communication. Muhammad said to connect the brain and other parts of the nervous system. Um, he said underpinning. He said neutroprothetis. I'm pronouncing the word correct. He said that would be 20 years down the road. He said to go, right? So these are the device, these devil coming with, you know, that are going to embed it you know, in your brains and in your hand. Any part of your body take the chip, you're gonna be destroyed. You understand? Any part of your body take the chip, you're gonna be destroyed, right? So it's saying they're gonna heal Parkinson, you're gonna nervous, you're gonna repair nerve injuries and all these things, right? Which in all is deceit, right? All that is deceit, right? So do not take that chip, or you're gonna be frying, right? You're gonna be frying to take that chip, right? Take that chip, you're gonna be frying. This is Psalm 69. Salakia Psalm 69. To Psalm chapter 69, verse 22, he said, let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. So this is to the welfare, right? It can become a trap because the Most High gonna destroy them, right? And all who take the microchip gonna be destroyed too, right? Let their eyes be darkened that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. He said, pour out thine indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. So this is what I'm to you devils. You're gonna be desolate, you know, you devils gonna be desolate, right? Um, this Job 5, Job 5 and 12. So Job chapter 5, verse 12, he said, he disappointed the device of the crafty. The crafty is the so-called white man. A crafty or a treacherous person or a tricky person. He disappointed the device. Most I can disappoint this device. Because when you chip these people, the scripture says when you're about to fill your belly, the most I can bring on your wrath upon you. You understand? So the most I can disappoint you, right? He said, this is Job 5 and 12. He said, he disappointed the device of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And you can't perform this because the most I can bring it down, he can destroy you. You understand? So you can't perform this enterprise, right? You understand? The most I gonna destroy that, right? Understand? Uh, Psalms 22, Psalm 22 and 10. Yeah, this is Psalm chapter 22, verse 10. He said, um, so that let's see. Yeah, so that this is. Let me get Job. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me get the Job. Job 20. Um, that's not the one I was looking for, Salakia. Right. Yeah, so the most I can disappoint is wicked device. Understand? Right. The most I can disappoint is wicked device. Right. Um, this is Job chapter 20, verse 22. He said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strain. I mean difficulties. You understand? He said, every hand of the wicked, these are the nations, people gonna be against him. Every hand of the wicked. You understand? He said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strain. You know, he said, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. You understand? So he gonna be, a lot of people gonna reject and fight. A lot of people gonna fight. You understand? But the ones, a lot gonna take the chip too. But a lot of people gonna fight, right? You understand? So he said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strain and be difficult. It gonna be difficulties. You understand? And every hands of the wicked shall come upon him when he's about to fill his belly. Like they establish his new world order. He said, the power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. While he feed, he established the kingdom. He chip the mass of the people. You can establish a new world order. Yeah, the most I can rain fire upon you. Verse 24. He shall flee. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike through him, which is those ICBM missile. You understand? It is drawn and come out of the body, right? Yeah, the glittering sword, which is the ICBM missile, the body is the silo that the missile come out to, right? He said, yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terror are upon him. Terror are upon him. And this will happen to you, devil. You understand? Your wicked device gonna return upon your head. You understand? This will happen to you, devil. Right? So you're not gonna establish this new world order, to get understand your mind is so everybody be at one. You understand? Which is the one world order. This is going into to everybody be at one. You know, and the most I can destroy that, just like we did in with the kingdom of Babel. When he come down and confound the language of the people, this time the most I can bring down fire. You understand? So you're not gonna get establish your wicked device in your world order, right? You're not gonna get to establish that. Right? 13, 16, right? So you're not supposed to take that chip, right? It's Revelation 13 and 16, right? Revelation 13, 16 says, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, right? And the word mark is karagno, which means to prick and stick, right? Verse 17, and he said, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the name. That's why I read this one is it's scientists use RFID chip to track biological sample, and this would say in the beginning of the article here, he said radio frequency identity RFID chip are used today for everything, for paying, for public. You understand? It's also for paying, so it's used for everything, right? The tire plane right there, it's used for paying, right? You understand? This is what it says in Revelation 13 and 17, right? He said, he said, so like it was 17, yeah. And that no man might buy or sell, save except he that had the mark. You understand? Which is a chip, RFID microchip, or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? So there's gonna be the new monetary system when they make it mandatory, and there's the next future prophecy about to come to pass when they make the microchip mandatory, right? You know, Esau gonna use he can use these so-called celebrity. You know, you can use the social media platform. You can use all these people, these so-called top high society people. You know, like these rappers, these athletes. You understand? You can use them to deceive you, Jakes, you Israelites, right? Into taking these chips, and you can put pressure when you lack of all source of income, no food, you know, and things gonna get really dread out here because the economy gonna crash. You understand? He can do it out of chaos, or out of chaos. You understand? This we can do. He can bring hell in this place. And no matter of fact, the most I can put the spirit on him to do it, because this is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai judgment. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai can put the spirit on him to do it, to crash the economy and cause chaos. So people are gonna depend on the government. They're gonna look toward the government to get help. Because this how this society is. They all depend on the government. They vote for a president or a prime minister to will help them. You know, they don't look towards Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Speaking to you Israelites, right? You voting for these wicked leaders to help you, but you don't look towards Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for help, right? It's Revelation 14:8, and they follow another angel saying Babylon is falling, that great city, because she made all nation drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right? He said, verse 9, and the third angel followed and said, follow them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right? The beast is go back to this system NATO, right? And his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, right? The mark is the RFID microchip. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb. And the Son. So you Israelite do not take that chip, right? You take the chip, you're gonna be destroyed, right? The chip, you're gonna be destroyed, right? But the elect, they not gonna take that, right? Elect not gonna take that, right? This is Revelation 19 and 20. It said, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that worked miracle before him, which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. He said, and them that worship his image, who conform to the system, who wanna accept democracy, conform to the system, right? He said, these both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the lake of fire is America. You understand? The lake of fire is America, right? You understand? So do not take that chip. Take the chip, you're going to be destroyed, right? You understand? You're going to be destroyed. Take the microchip. You get two more days and close off the because the elect, they can get the victory over this man and his mark. Right? They're not gonna take the right, and some of the brothers are martyred for Yahweh Shai, and they're gonna be beheaded, right? But they're gonna rise up, they're gonna rise, and they can come back with Yahweh Shai, right? But the elect gonna get a victory over this devil, right? This Revelation chapter 20, verse 4, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. These is the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. They got brothers who gonna be martyred this day a lot. You understand? They're gonna be beheaded, right? And for the word of Yahweh, and had which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither receive his mark upon their forehead or in their hand, and they live and reign with a Mashiach 1,000 years. And this is complete. They're gonna live forever. You understand? So they got brothers, that are gonna be martyrs to Yahweh Shai. They're gonna be beheaded. Brothers gonna be in the concentration camp. You understand? And they're not gonna take the chip, and they're gonna be beheaded. You understand? And they got brothers also gonna be delivered, right? That get a victory over this devil, right? The elect gonna get a victory over this devil, right? This is Revelation 15 and 2. And I saw, as it were, as a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, which is NATO, right? Which is this beast system, and over the image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh. You understand? This is in the chariot, So don't take the chip. You understand? The Most High gonna fight for his elect. The Most High gonna defend his elect. You understand? This you got to reject this devil, right? So the ones who take the microchip, right, gonna be destroyed, right? Gonna be destroyed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? The ones who take the microchip gonna be destroyed because he's not gonna come in a crafty way, right? He doesn't say he gonna heal Parkinson. He doesn't say he gonna help with nervous system, right? All these things he can use it for, right? And he can use these so-called celebrity to come and deceive these people, right? That's what this devil can do, you know. So it's the water to the Yakims when they come board, you know. I want to always let's edify, and want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule with a great millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Yakims and the folk and the earth to push in the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom.